I'm going to show you guys this contraption that I have to make here to make do. So I got this sweet 15-ton hydraulic puller. So if you think you're going to need these, make sure you order them. If not, I think you can still order them online. They're like, I don't know, maybe $5-10 a piece. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are working on something special for the Corvette C5. This here is a TR6060 transmission from a 2011 Z51 that I ended up getting along with a diff and a rear cradle. So that's going to be going into the C5. Now, what we have to do here is, when I was draining the oil out of this transmission, noticed some sparklies or glitteries coming out. So just to be safe, I'm going to go ahead and tear this down and rebuild this. I got parts from Texas Drivetrain Parts coming in, so we're going to go ahead and tear this guy down. We're going to replace all the synchros. We're going to put in one of those bronze bushings, and a couple other things. So I'm going to go ahead and get that on video just so you guys can see this. Also, this is a 30 spline shaft. So I've seen online that some people are saying that the Z51 unit is 27 and the Z06 is 30. It's not correct. You can see here that that is a 30 spline shaft. So I'm gonna go ahead and start tearing this guy down and then put new parts in. Okay, so here's how far I got with the transmission. I actually started on the other side. Started pulling the, I don't know, from the front of the transmission. Started pulling the bearings and ended up breaking both bearings. Those cages basically just come apart. So gonna get these new bearings. If this happens to you, just take a look at these bearing numbers here. The smaller one is LM48548 and the larger one is NP559445 or P900. I don't know, they're both Timken. In any case, both of those broke, so then I came to a standstill because you gotta flip the transmission over and work from this side here. So went ahead and started taking this side apart. Basically, as I'm taking stuff apart, I'm leaving in the same order. So as you can see here, I just basically stack everything in the same order. For the synchro, I'm going to show you guys. So this has the bronze one, which is still stock, but check out the condition this thing is in. Still pretty darn good. Almost no wear. So could have probably gotten away with not doing this, but I figured just in case I did have to tear it back apart, do it while the transmission is already out. And then as part of these rebuild kits, you guys will see bronze pads. Is an upgrade, and what they're talking about are these guys here, which basically ride inside this slider here, and ultimately these end up breaking. On my transmission, they're actually pretty darn good. They actually look in really good condition, and the inside is in very good condition as well. There's no chipped teeth on any of the gears that I've come across so far. I'm at a little bit of a standstill because I got to make a puller for this guy here, because I got to pull this guy and I don't have a long enough puller. But basically, a standstill now. Gonna go ahead and put that together and see if I can get that to come apart, and hopefully this fills up here shortly and we get that thing reassembled. One of the things to note for this here is this is fairly heavy. I ended up having to, well, I had a hole in this workbench here which I can use to flip over, and then the shaft will basically go through the table so you can work on the transmission. You're definitely going to have to do that or have some kind of platform in order to do this, because you're not going to be, well, I shouldn't say you're not going to be. You might be able to take it apart when it's on its side, but it's definitely a lot easier looking down, and then even when you're lining up the pullers and all that stuff, it's much easier to do it that way. So I'm going to go ahead and continue working, and I'll give you guys an update here shortly. Here's how far I got with the transmission TR6060. I have all the parts laid out, taking care to leave them in order, just laying everything out. I got to the part where both of these assemblies are going to be coming out. Gotta drive this pin in further to get the shaft out so this whole thing can come out. Now, the biggest thing that I've noticed with this transmission is any bearing you have to pull, just count on it being toast, and you're gonna have to, at minimum, get new bearings, because all of them are falling apart. Every single one of them that I've tried taking out, which is only 2, I've crushed. So I got the bearing races there that I'm going to go ahead and order the bearings for. Luckily they're not that much. So far everything looks good with the exception of this guy right here, which has some slight damage to the teeth here, which I'm just going to flip over and use. So I'm going to go ahead and continue. Hopefully I can get this out, get everything disassembled, and start putting on the new parts here, which, as you can see, the pads are bronze, and we got the new synchros and all that stuff. So, oh, also shim kit, which is going to be critical for this build. So we'll continue doing this, and hopefully next time I make the cut video, going to be already disassembled. I'm almost done with the teardown of the transmission. I want to show you guys this contraption that I have to make here to make do. So I got this sweet 15-ton hydraulic puller, and I had to rig up a bunch of stuff. It's a whole nother story, but ultimately what I have to get off is this bearing here and this gear here, and that'll be everything. My thoughts are, instead of trying to get each of these individually, I'm going to go ahead, heat up both of these, and I'm going to pull it using this gear and pull it all the way up. Now, before I do this, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a clearance between here and here. And I'll post what those clearances are, but this, I'll do it right now, or I would do it right now, but this whole contraption would probably fall on my head. But if you take this gear and you move it up and down, it kind of floats a little bit, which means there's space here and then space here. So I took those measurements with a feeler gauge. I'm going to go ahead and heat this up, pull this off, and then the rebuild will start. As you can see here, I was able to get this loose, so getting it from underneath this gear worked. Went ahead and pulled this up. I will say that I did end up heating both of these up. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier in the videos, but definitely want to make sure you heat these up. So I went ahead and pulled these up, and this guy basically comes up, and if you notice, the top does not have grooves, the bottom has grooves. These grooves go down. So that's going to be set aside over here. Then the bearing, which is, where's that? I don't know if you can see it on camera. I'll try to put all the parts and the part numbers in the videos. But the bearing goes, and then the gear comes up, which looks like may need to be cleaned up a little bit. And then here's one of those cage bearings that also comes apart, which, by the way, if you ever have an issue putting these back down, a good trick is to just spin it, and it'll force all the bearing needles out and it'll slide right down. So get that guy, put him there, and take this synchro out, and I think that's basically it. Yeah. Oh no, there's another one down there. So take the rest of this stuff apart here. Be careful with the plastic clips, and then it's assembly time. At this point in time, we are basically disassembled. Now, when you remove this ring here with these two locking half moon or moon pieces, whatever you call them, this guy's gonna be kind of tight. So what I did was I just took the shaft, twisted it around, grabbed the gear, placed pressure downwards on it, and very gently tapped around, and it just basically slid down or up. Then I flipped the shaft around, took it off, and put it down. One thing to note is you do have one of these plastic cage bearings down there, so just make sure you don't lose sight of that or damage it by any chance. At this point in time, I'm going to go ahead and start reassembling stuff. One thing, if I haven't mentioned it, I'll mention it now. The rebuild kit for the Texas drivetrain parts, or what's this place called? It is called Texas Drivetrain Performance. Sorry. For Texas Drivetrain Performance, you do not get replacement bearings. So if you think you're going to need these, make sure you order them. If not, I think you can still order them online. They're like, I don't know, maybe $5-10 a piece. Not quite sure why, like the plastic cage ones don't come as part of the standard rebuild. But I mean, all of these bearings are in pretty darn good condition. In fact, this whole transmission probably didn't even need to be rebuilt. Probably could have gotten, you know, a couple of years out of it, but didn't want to take a chance as this is going into a higher horsepower build. I figured I'll go ahead and take everything apart. So I'm going to go ahead and start taking this apart, soaking stuff in automatic trans fluid, and then putting it back in here. Then eventually get into these pads, removing those, and then start the assembly project. I have a feeling that I'm going to have to get some kind of special pipe or something to get these things pressed back down, but I'll figure that part out later.